Joe here, and today I want to talk about one of my favorite transformers, the American Flyer 8B transformer. This particular one was first cataloged in 1938. I ran it through 1950. It has a power indicator light, it has a fault or a short circuit light, and a manual reset. Manual reset is nice because when you get a breaker trip, it stays tripped until you fix the problem. Unlike later transformers like the 4B or the 30B that the breaker automatically resets, this one waits for you to fix the problem. So, and the other nice thing is, okay, it's got a nice sound. Not forget the hum, but you can hear the dial. There's a little brass piece underneath it here, and it rides in these little notches. It just gives this transformer a nice feel. Runs the train rather nicely. Okay. Going around the track. Up to 17 volts comes out of this thing, so it's no slouch when it comes to power. We'll bring it around and stop it. So this is the first one. I've got a second one here. This again is an 8B. This was first cataloged in 51 and also 1952, and that was it. This one, same as the other, except it has a reverse button here. So you can start your train. And I'm going to run this around to a better section of track. Okay, here we go. And now if I want to reverse the train direction, I push the button. How cool is that? I never have to touch the speed. I push the button again. Okay, isn't that incredible? Yeah, I guess. Why do they bother? I don't know. What I found interesting is that the circuit breaker operation, the indication and the indicator light right here, is not the same for both of these transformers. So the older transformer, if there's a short to track, and I'm going to go ahead and simulate that now like this, okay, the red light comes on, and it actually, the intensity of the light varies with the track voltage. So I can turn it up and I can turn it down. And if I have a short, so that's if the short was on the track. If the short was on the 15 volt post, it looks like this. It goes full brightness. And it's wired differently than this transformer from 51 and 52. The breaker works exactly the same, but the indicator is different. And personally, I like this one a little bit better because it tells you when you've cleared the fault with the light going out, or when you've cleared the fault on the track with this light going out. Both of these have a reset button right here. So when you push the reset button, it enables it to detect the next fault. So if I cause another fault, so we get a fault indication again. This time I've made a fault between the base post and the 15 volt post, so the light came on really bright. But if the fault had been on the track, again, the brilliance of the light is proportional to the track voltage. One thing to note is that neither one of these breakers will detect a fault or a short between the 7 to 15 volt post and the 15 volt post. Now I'm going to create a fault, a short on the track for this 18B with a reverse switch, and you can see that the indicator light is different. So this is a fault on the track. See the red light come on, and it is not changing the voltage. It has no effect on the intensity of the light. That's because this is actually wired up differently than the earlier version. Parts are the same, wired differently. So if I remove the fault, take the breaker, okay, I've removed the short, the light stays on. I say, okay, now we're going to put a short between the base post and the 15 volt post. The light stays on, no different. So can't tell if I fix things until I reset it. If the light goes out, we're good to go. So you're looking at an American Flyer 8B transformer, and in particular we're looking at the breaker right here. And I'm going to cause a short circuit, and when I do, this little spring right here is going to heat up. It's a bimetal spring. It's going to drop down and cause a fault. So here we go. Okay, I don't know if you saw that, but this clip right here, bimetal strip bent down, opened this up, and now we have a fault indication with the light right here. This would be the red light with the cover on. And we'll hit the I'm going to remove the fault and then reset the breaker. Light goes out and everything's good. So this is the reverse switch for the 8B transformer made in 1952 and 1953. If you turn it around here, you'll see it's got a big piece missing out of the back and it doesn't work. So this is an open circuit all the time, so the power to the track doesn't work. We're going to replace this one. This is a 1/2 inch diameter threaded piece. It's got this little slot right here which goes into the case, and I'm going to replace it with this one that I got on eBay. Again, you'll notice it's got the slot right here, so it'll fit into the case nicely. This is a double post relay, but I'm just going to hook these two together and these two together. It's rated at 3 amps, so together this will be like a 6 amp momentary disconnect, which can be used for reversing the train. So I'm not going to show you the soldering, but I'm just basically going to unsolder this one and replace it with this one. And this is just a brief video showing the new switch in place, and notice how I've just put both together here and here, so we get double the current carrying capacity.